Time, you will be amazed. Prime time interview with Derrick Hayes. Prime time, biggest names in the game. Prime time, new names love the same.
Yes, y'all. Another positive, powerful episode of Prime Time. Some people looking at it right now thinking it's prime time, but it's prime tie because the M is silent. It's small but effective. Just like in life, sometimes the smaller things will quietly lead you to the bigger opportunities.
Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, follow me on all social media platforms at Entertainer, on all social media platforms and even on Cash App. Tonight, I'm wearing my TMT, the money team, because I have a tax strategist with us. Also, a business advisor. Some people call him BJ. BJ because he brings joy.
Sure, you're right.
BJ because he built the journey. But mom and daddy called him Brian Joubert. So follow him on all social media platforms. And for more information on the young brother, I call him young because he still got a lot to learn, a lot to give. Follow him on his website at lbtaxservice.com. My brother Brian, how you doing tonight?
Lovely, brother, as always. Always.
Man, it's a blessing, man. I met you through my guy, Jerome J.D. Davis.
Oh, yes.
So it's a blessing. Anytime he tell me, man, reach out to somebody, it's already certified.
Oh, yeah.
So tonight, my brother, I know time is money, money is time. Because I see your name, a.k.a. Rich Boy. So, you know, I got to get these questions in with you. So since you're an advisor, I'm going to use the word advisor to ask you a few questions. And then at the end, if you have anything you want to add or anything that I missed out on, the floor will be yours.
All right, no doubt.
The A is for attract. What attracted you to what you do?
Man, when you mentioned the journey, it was a beautiful thing because the journey that I started through is not the most common journey. Basically what attracted me was when I got taught this tax game, it was my blessing, man, because when the guy was teaching and we was going over things, I think the thing that attracted me the most was the continuous learning. I love to learn new stuff, man. I just believe that, just information is so much power in information. And game, it's always changing. So that means you always have to keep learning. And that was one of the attractions because I'm a learner. And then the other thing is it gave you what he told me was, he said, this tax game, you're gonna be a god to people. He said, because you're gonna actually save people's lives and change people's lives through finance and tax. And that's me, man. That's the legacy that I will always want to create. So even in my early 20s, I knew what I wanted to do. And so with that, I was like, this is me. This is my call and this is my destiny. I'm able to help people change lives and fulfill my journey. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
Man, it's a blessing what you said because you said somebody said you're gonna be like a god to them, right?
Yeah.
When you get a chance, I want you to write this word down, and it's G-U-A-R-D, right?
Okay.
It's G-U-A-R-D, right? And in the middle, right? In the middle of the word God, right? Is U-A-R, right?
Yeah.
And then when you put a circle around U-A-R, right? The word guard, G-U-A-R-D, right?
Okay.
Now put a circle around the U-A and the R.
All right.
And what word do you have? The
God.
biggest, you got God, right? And you are, and God has a circle around you, and He's guarding you, so that you are angel to people. So I just want I'm flowing with you, and also you said the word learn, right? Because the word earn is inside the word learn, and also you said information because info becomes right before the formation, right?
Sure, you're right.
So I'm just sharing what I'm learning for you.
Hell yeah. Breaking it down.
The D is for development. How did you persevere? Because you done it 20-something years, right? Everybody don't keep going, Everybody want to keep, but they don't keep going. So how'd you persevere? How'd you develop into what you're doing?
Well, once again, man, one of the things I teach, and you talk about persevering, it's not hard to persevere when you live in your passion.
There you go.
It's not hard to persevere because the thing is, you really don't have times when you want to quit. Like it's tough, and you have little things cross your mind. But if you live in what you love, then you basically, it's easy to keep going, because even if the money's not there, even if all of the gratification is not there at the time, the joy is still there, because if you're loving what you're doing. And so what happens is it was easy for me now to go through my 23rd year, in the tax business. I'm an entrepreneur over 30, but I've been in the tax business over, I'm going into my 4th year. But because I love what I do, and I see the gratification that people get from what I do, see the blessings that they get from what I do, it's easy to keep going. It's easy to keep moving. I can't quit. Because even if I say, you know what, man, I teach everybody now, and I say I'm done with adults because I want to help kids, I want to help millennials, but I still know we need it. So I'm always back in the game because I know people need what I have. So it's easy for me to do. And the years just transition with that.
Man, that's a blessing, man. Hey, the next time you talk to somebody that even thinking about quitting, tell them to take that L, right? Inside that word quit, they're going to give them a quilt. They're going to give them something to cover them. That lesson going to be a blessing.
Oh, yeah.
Man, hey, man, you inspire me over there, man. I'm just, see, God speak to me through words and through names, and I'm looking at your name, and your name, Joubert, tell a message to me because you just spoke on joy. And it said the J-O, right, is for joy. In the U, which is you, and the B, and it got to be RT, right? The joy in you got to be right, and that's gonna give you passion, and that passion gonna turn into purpose. Man, that's a blessing, man.
And see, one of the things is that you see the rich boy, and a lot of people see the rich boy, and they're like, oh, kind of arrogant or whatever, and I'm like, really, because we have ought to obtain riches. So in the Black community, we always think that's a bad thing, to obtain riches. But the thing is, I can't help the poor if I'm one. So right. I consistently try to get riches so I can bless everybody else. But riches is not about my lifestyle. Not totally. I do live a great lifestyle, but it's not about the lifestyle. It's about my passion. Because Rich Boy stands for really interested in caring how businesses operate internally.
Wow. Say it. Hey, slow that down. Say it again. Because somebody need to hear that.
RICHBOI, Rich Boy, really interested in caring how businesses operate internally. Because see, the thing about it is, if we don't have our internal part of our business together, it's going to crumble. That's like anything else. We understand that internal part is your foundation. We understand that in life, if your foundation of your life is not right, it's going to crumble. If your foundation of your house is not right, your house going to crumble. If your foundation of your relationship is not right, your relationship going to crumble. It's the same with business. So that I for the internal part is the same as business. It's the same in business. So you got to have that internal part together.
Man, that's a blessing, man, because sometimes people focus on the internship and not the internalship.
And not the internalship, because we see a lot of people out here look like they doing it. Look like they doing it, man. But
I'm speaking to somebody tonight, my brother. I'm telling you, hey, this is important, man. I'm telling you, this is TGIF. This is Thank God I'm Favored. Hey, I'm favored, man. It ain't just Friday. I'm favored, And this interview is to TGIF to grow individuals forward, like what you're doing to grow individuals financially. That's what I'm talking about, man. Keep doing what you're doing.
I don't have no choice, brother.
Choice, man. The V is for vision. I see that you started with one office, right?
Yeah.
Now you're in multiple offices. You started in Metro Atlanta. I see you in different cities, different coasts. What is your vision for the future?
Well, I keep saying now my goal is, I was up to 9 offices at one time. So I had 9 locations. I merged the ones in Atlanta. I had 4 in Atlanta, merged those to 1. And then I still had the ones out of state. And so, you know, my vision for the future, I keep saying in the next 2 years, I want to have 15 offices. But it's not going to be 15 offices that I fully control, because I started franchising my business about 13 years ago. I started franchising my business because I understood that my platform had started building across the country, but I couldn't be in every office around. So I had people that I knew that were business minded, and I was in a position to win, because I know with this tax industry, you know, you got to get taxes done. That's the one industry that we basically gonna deal with every single day of our life, but we don't pay much attention to. So I understood if I put people in different places, you know, around the country, I can grow this thing to a whole nother level while I sit home and collect some paper. You know, so the vision now is to get young people acclimated to this business industry, this tax industry. You know, and so I'm pushing, I'm motivating, I'm training young people now to start opening up their own tax practices, because now more than ever, we got to understand, got to hold on to our money. Because see, one of the reasons why we're not winning financially, because we don't understand the concept and how to play the tax game. One thing that rich and successful has always been good at is understanding how to play the tax game. You know, because the thing is, if you're doing 100% of the work and bringing home 50% of the money, you can't win.
Can't win.
You can't win. You know, and so this is why rich and successful people always have a business, because if they don't use their business, they use it as
tax.
You know, the things that we have to understand how to play the tax game. You know, because as long as you do 100% work, and somebody's getting 50% of the money, you can't ever win, because whenever you trade time for money, you just don't have enough time in life to win this game. You know, and so this is what I'm training people to understand how to play the game, and then I'm putting people in position to run their own tax businesses. You know, and that's what my vision is, to see in the next 2 years to have at least 15 more locations around the country, to not only educate people on how and finance, but also bring in revenue, you know, for doing something that's needed.
Man, it's a blessing, man. The eyes for individuals. Can you tell us at least about one individual that helped you in your journey to success?
Yeah, when you're narrowing down, because you know, man, true success don't have one person. No, you know.
No, I got individuals up there. I said, okay. No, I was saying name at least one. You know, now you can
go back. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back. You know, outside of parents, and I always give this brother and true credit, Greg Moyer. You know, and I don't talk to Greg as much, but Greg was the guy that taught me taxes. And this brother sat down with me every day, right, and taught me and trained, and never asked for no money. Well, the whole process was I learned this game. So I learned it. This is why I incorporated. But this brother sat down with me every day and taught me and showed me how to do taxes, understand every aspect of it, and never asked nothing in return. And so the whole time I was like, bro, I'm forever grateful to you. But to see a brother give that much to another brother and don't ask for nothing in return. Plus, he was a mentor, because one of the things that really catapulted me to true success was one of the things he told me, because we were walking and talking one day, and I thought I was doing some amazing things, man. We were talking, and I said something, and he said, man, you got to stop thanking mom and pop. And bruh, that was over 20-something years ago, and that still stick with me today. And so at that point, my whole mindset was big. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. Not only I'm going to have one location, I'm going to have 2 locations, I'm going to have 3 locations. When he hit me with that, you got to stop thanking mom and pop, it made me realize I was minimizing my greatness. So this brother poured into me, man, and didn't even know it at the time, to develop me to become the person I am today. You know, so I would go back to Greg Moyer, man, not only for just teaching me the tax business, but just really giving me lessons, bro.
Man, you make me feel good, because man, I give a lot of game away, man, and And the reason why I do that is because, I understand that, you can't take it all with you. Plus, if you do your part and however you could do it, whether with your money, with your time, with your resources, then it just let you know that, you see the fruit, Like I tell people, I'm rooting for you in the beginning and when you're winning. Because the seed has to go down to form the root. People are always chasing the fruit, but the real battle is with the root. So yeah, I appreciate that, man. It makes a lot of sense because not everybody wants what's in your pocket.
Yeah, exactly.
They want what's in your possibilities.
And the thing is that some think that if you give, they're gonna take. The thing is, if you're walking in your greatness, ain't nobody can take that from you. Because if you build something with your clients, if you build something with your people that's genuine, people are not going to be easily swayed. So if you're scared that your people or your clients, followers or whoever's going to be easily swayed, that means they don't truly value what you're giving, or you don't have nothing of value that you think you do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The essence for strategies. Can you give one or two strategies for up and coming entrepreneurs?
One of the strategies that I tell all my young people, man, is learn. You can't ever stop learning. You can't ever stop learning. I don't care how much you think you're killing the game, because the moment you stop learning is the moment you start, and you got to continue to learn. Because, like you said earlier, you mentioned something about learning and earning. I tell people, we understand the concept, but we don't pay attention to it. The more you learn, the more you earn. The reason why I probably make more than most people in my industry is because I focus on business tax. You hear most people talk about how they can get you more back, or they can save you. This is how much they cost, and they can put your money on a card, and they can get it back fast for you. I don't tell you all that. I tell you I could get you most money back. I tell you I could get it back fast. I tell you that I could save you a bunch of money strategies because of the knowledge I've obtained. So that means my high earned people, my business people need that. So the more I learn, because I learn more than most people, make more than most people, because I'm selling more things of value. So with young people, you got to understand, the more you learn, the more you earn. The other thing I always tell you is focus on making money and keeping money. You see, we focus on how we make, but we don't focus on how much we keep. Nobody care if you made $1 million if you spent $2 million.
Right.
You got to know where your money's going. You got to know what's happening. So focus on what you keep, and what these strategies are about. Because if both of us made $1 million and I learned how to keep mine, and you spent yours, then at the end of the day, we ain't gonna be in the same position. The goal is to separate yourself from the people who basically don't get it. And it's okay. It's okay if your friends don't get it. Because everybody ain't meant to go where you meant to go.
Right.
And so it's okay. You gotta learn to focus on what you keep and not what you're making.
Okay, the O's for opportunities. You mentioned some opportunities earlier. How can people reach out to you, like if they want to get into the tax business, if they want to learn from you to make something happen, like you're talking about the franchise, or just want to work with you? How can they reach out to you?
Really on social media, on Facebook. Most of the time I do a lot of stuff under my personal, which is Brian, Brian, Joubert, Jouber. You can go.
Tell us about the Tuesday night live. Is it a Tuesday live session?
Yeah, on Tuesday nights, every Tuesday, man, I go and chop it up ever since February, every Tuesday. And it really started out to educate people on all of this stimulus stuff that was going on with the PPP, the EIDL, the PUA, unemployment, stimulus checks, and just information. Because what I want was, I didn't want my people, man, when I say my people, black folks, to be behind the 8 ball on all of this money that's out there. Like we always the last ones to get money, right. But we have so many misconceptions about it, so sometimes we don't even go after the money. So right. Every week I wanted to clear up why you need to go get it, how you need to handle it, what you need to do with it. So Tuesday started that off, which every week is still something. stuff going on with you. Now I talk about positioning yourself. You know, I talk a lot about business and how your business should be positioned because we don't understand S corps and LLCs. This is a game that's been played forever outside of our community on how to leverage. Leverage is a big word. How to leverage, you know, your future, your finances, you know, your funds. So I teach that now, how to leverage your business through S corporations, how to transform your LLC, and positioning, being in position when these waves of money come again. Because this money gonna come again, but even if the money don't, I want you to be ready for post-COVID. Because see, we can't rely on the government to save us.
Right.
So what you gonna do when no more stimulus around? When no more jobs and companies say bet on yourself? We gotta be ready. So this is what I talk about on Tuesdays on how to get in position so you can bet on yourself. You know, how you don't depend on nobody, how you get your business in position to go get the money. Because the thing is, you play with other people's money. That's how you get rich. Successful people don't play their own money. They play with other people's money.
OPM.
OPM. You know, and so that's what the Tuesday night talks is all about, though.
Man, you just spoke a word to me, man. I got to give it back to you. LYFE. It's life. Leverage your future every day.
Yeah.
Leverage. I got that from you because you said leverage your future. So LYFE, leverage your future every day.
Leverage, man.
Yeah, man. You speaking life into me, brother, man. I appreciate this. You know, sometimes you don't know what you're going to get, but you're going to get something, you know, and it's a blessing, man. The last letter in the word advisor, relationships. Give us a nugget on relationships and why they're important.
Woo, bro. That's probably the biggest alphabet right there to your growth is your environment. We hear it all the time about relationships, about the people who you hang out with, who you talk to, who's your advisory board. People say, well, I don't have no advice. Yes, you do. Whoever you get your advice from is your advisory board. You got to be careful with your advisory board because the relationship that's going to take you to the next level or it's going to keep you where you at. Just like the relationship I made with Greg changed my mental. That relationship is extremely important. I hooked up with, when I came home, I hooked up with Todd Ivory. He had a jack tax on. This brother gave me all of the information about the tax business, and he was so-called my competitor. But he gave everything. But that relationship, man, helped me catapult my business much faster to where we still good today. But a thing that I have on my wall, if you watch my Tuesday talk, I always end my Tuesday talks with showing my wall in my conference room. And on the wall, it basically said, if you want to run fast, run alone. If you want to run far, run with others. Collaboration beats competition. Collaboration is relationships. You got to create relationships to win. You got to collaborate with people. Your relationships is going to be the reason why you succeed or fail. And it's also going to be at the rate sometimes you succeed or fail. You got to have relationships with the right people. You know, don't get off this. Everybody believe, well, nobody don't want to tell you. There's a lot of that'll tell you. It's a lot. I'll tell you something. Most successful people be waiting for somebody to come talk to them so they can tell them the game and tell them, hey, and this is what you should do. You know, so basically get off your ego and start thinking that people don't, yeah, you ain't that bold and ain't go to nobody, but definitely relationship is the most important thing to catapult you.
Hey, brother Joubert, man, it's been a blessing to talk to you. Before we go, is there anything that we missed out on or that you like to leave for others?
No, but I tell people, man, focus on your future, you know, and your finances and your fun. Because in a day and time like this, man, you know, we gotta fix all of that. Because a lot of people are stressed, a lot of people going through a lot of things, but you gotta focus on your finances because the way the world gonna be set up post-COVID is gonna be a lot different. You know, so you got to make sure that your funds and your finances is great for your future because a lot of people are going to deplete a lot of income and a lot of people are going to capitalize off stuff. So your finances for your future is going to be, you know, monumental. Plus, like, you got to have some fun. You got to get that F in there. You got to have some fun because in a day and time like you got to release stress. We got things. And you know, my thing is I travel, man. I love traveling. I still travel. I refuse to give up a year of my life and wait till the world open. Nobody said the world was closed. You just got to be smart in what you do. You know, so find your joy. I always say find your joy and find your peace. You know, and live it like you don't have another day.
Hey, that's right. Find your joy, find your peace, but make sure you find a piece of joy every day. Ladies and gentlemen, we talking to Brian Joubert,
Yes,
tax
sir.
strategist, a business advisor. Check out his website, lbtaxservice.com.
Yeah.
The main nuggets the brother talked about today is learn, learn, learn.
Yeah.
And I call that the LLC. If you learn and learn, you're gonna see a difference in your life.
Yeah, learn how to play the game. But yeah, on Instagram, though, follow me on IG at richboy RHOIJU1, richboyju1. You'll follow me on Instagram, and you'll find out everything that's going on with me.
Ladies and gentlemen, another educational seminar workshop with the strategist, with the advisor, prime time, where the smaller things lead you to the bigger opportunities. Follow me once again at Entertain on all social media platforms and even on Cash App. My friend Zay Sanford, he brought us in, and Zay Sanford gonna take us away.
Yes. Thank you, brother.
You will be amazed. Cry.